In the lab, we primarily focus on vaccine designs, targeting different infectious and chronic diseases that impact both the general population and specifically Native American communities across the nation. We're working on new vaccines to target human papillomavirus, or HPV. We're also designing vaccines against HIV, and then we have an NIH-funded grant to target opioids.
HPV in particular is a very common infection. Current vaccines are effective against many strains of HPV viruses, but not all.
Everybody will probably get HPV at some point in their life. There's over 150 types of HPV, and you can get them primarily through sexual intercourse, but also skin-to-skin contact. We're focused on are the types that actually cause cancer. There's 14 types that can cause cancer.
Unlike HPV, there are no vaccines for HIV, and treatments can be very costly.
People can live with HIV nowadays. One of the barriers, though, is it's very expensive. So the antiviral treatments themselves are very expensive. So having access to those antivirals are one of the problems, not just in the United States, but across the world. The vaccine that we're designing is a new type of vaccine. And right now we're just targeting one certain strain of HIV. And this is using a new technology. They're referred to as self-assembling peptides. So there aren't any current vaccines on the market right now.
Other vaccine research pertains to opioid addiction.
We're chemically modifying opioids so that we can essentially tag them onto the surface of what we call a virus-like particle. So these virus-like particles, structurally, they look like a virus. So they're small, spherical structures, but they're not infectious. And so we're using chemistry and biology tools to then coat the surface of these virus-like particles, and then the hope is that you're creating antibodies against the opioid.
Research and development of vaccines like these take time. Stigma around vaccines can also be an obstacle.
If you have a vaccine that has potential, you're looking at 10, 15, maybe even longer years for a vaccine to actually go from a lab like this out onto the market. People are just not aware of how vaccines are actually made, and you see a lot of false or fake news around vaccines themselves. And I think if people realize that they have vaccine researchers, not just myself, but others on the NAU campus, that they're more than welcome to come seek information from us.